Welcome to Forbidden Planet TV. I am Andrew Sumner, and today I'm very pleased to be joined by comic book writer, game author, journalist, radio host, and former DJ, Julien Blondel. How are you, mate?
Hi guys, hi Andrew. I'm fine. Thanks for having me in.
Oh well, thanks for joining me to talk about um, a subject very close to both of our hearts. Our mutual friend Michael Moorcock's signature character, Elric of Melniboné, and as part of Titan Comics' ongoing Michael Moorcock library, you are the creator of Elric The Dreaming City, which is coming out in a collected edition in April, which you co-created with Jean-Luc Cano and Julien Telo, the artist. And it's a great piece of work, mate. You must be very pleased with the way it's turned out.
Thanks for that. I'm so very pleased you liked it because you guys at Titan have been doing a tremendous job on editing, publishing, and releasing our actual comics adaptation since the very first volume. So thanks again for that. And yes, we are quite happy and a bit sad as well because this fourth volume is meant to be the last of the first cycle of Melniboné. It has been like 7 years of great journey in the Youth Kingdom and Elric saga. So we are both glad and a bit proud and a bit sad. Yeah.
Yeah, understandably. When did Gillian? You had such an interesting career. When did you first get into writing comic books?
Oh, it wasn't on purpose actually. I was being a DJ and radio host for years, and I started writing and publishing in role-playing games magazine and with French publishers. And I've been hired to adapt the Metabarons and the Incal universe of Alessandro Jodorowsky and Moebius and so on. And I was working at the Humanoid Associé, Metal Hurlant and so on. And I was that close to the comics industry, and they just asked me, why aren't you writing comic stories already? I said, yeah, just go on. So it started in, I don't know, 2003, 2004. I wrote my first comic story. And I rediscovered the comic books as a way of telling story a different way than I was already doing in role-playing games and so on.
Yeah, that's such an interesting route in. And before we talk about the specifics of the Dreaming City, when were you first introduced to the literary worlds of Michael Moorcock?
Oh, that was a blast. Back to when I was a teenager or such, a role-playing gamer first. I met Elric. I was, I don't know, 11, 12 years old, something like that. And he became a kind of comrade of readings. I was more into Greek tragedies because I'm a geek actually, and dramatic, dark stuff. And when I met Elric, I discovered that I could actually rejoin the geek and the genre part, the dark fantasy part, with the classic books I was reading, and it was a blast. And it was not a career revelation, but from this very day, I knew I wanted to write actually literary and genre dark story with strong characters. I wish I could do Elric in the first place, but
yeah, right on. I know, I get that. For the uninitiated, what can you tell me about the Dreaming City?
The Dreaming City is actually the first novel I I met of Elric, and it's a last we adapted as a comic, so it had a strong impact on me. This whole story about the Pale Emperor, broken by love, and manipulated by the Chaos Lord Arioch, coming back to his own island to kill his people, to ruin his destiny, and to at last gain his humanity. It was my entry point, my first meeting with Elric, and I knew from the beginning of this whole comics adaptation journey back in 7-8 years ago, that this has to be the key point of our approach on telling the Elric stories on comics. So we were all expecting that very moment quite precisely since years.
Yeah, right on. So what was your process with your collaborators in producing The Dreaming City? How did you put it together between the three of you?
Actually, we started only two, and not with these three. We started with Didier Poli, the first drawer, who came with the whole vision of the way we would like to tackle the Elric universe by drawings and inking and such 7-8 years ago, and we started to cut the whole Elric saga, which is huge, to create cycles, to focus on first the destiny of the Melnibonéan people and the tragic of Elric. And we started by Elric on his throne, leaving for the Youth Kingdom to meet humanity, hooked with love and chaos, and we knew it has to end climaxed on the Dreaming City. So for this very last volume on the first cycle, we wanted to do to get the best of both pieces. We wanted to at on one hand to give the conclusion to the whole story, to the whole narrative arc of Elric, being sorry, that's my phone, to conclude the story with Elric seeking for a way to save his love, Silmaril, and to get a kind of redemption and humanity. And we also needed to give all the clues, all the keys to the new readers to understand and to get the big picture of the Chaos Lord, the Melnibonéan compares to the human, and to say, hey guys, this is the end of something, but maybe that's also the beginning of something new. A few years later, with Elric living new adventures, because this has changed him deeply.
Yeah. I think that's very well said. What can you tell me about your artist on this book, Julien Telo?
Julien is actually the third artist working on Elric, maybe the fourth even, because there have been Didier Poli, Robin Recht, Jean Bastide, who is the color artist of the cover and the whole albums, and Julien is the newest one who tackled the fourth volume on his own, doing the drawing, the inking, and supervising the color with Stéphane Petro. So the chaos is strong among comic artists. So it has been both a team and a turnover in the team, and we did our best to maintain the same visual feeling and approach, but it's definitely a teamwork since the very beginning.
I mean, I think it's interesting because often great work comes out of chaos, right? And I think
Yeah.
that's what you've achieved with this. And to me as a reader, I really got a strong sense of love for the world and the character when I was reading the book.
Thanks for that. We are actually all of us. We are fans and readers in the first place.
Before we go, Julien, what is it that speaks to you about Elric as a character?
You know, as I said, I met him when I was a teenager. So as a teenager, we all feel lost and lonely and broken, and that close to thinking about suicide and seeking for the meaning of life, and listening to music, and feeling things stronger than grown-ups or children. So Elric's was the best and the worst meeting I could get at this age. I like the way Michael described his inner doubts and temptations and dilemmas towards his own nature. He's the first characters as deep and who allows himself to doubt and to change his mind and to feel lonely and to feel depressed sometimes. By that time, we had heroes like superheroes, strong, unbreakable, like Conan's and such, or Batman's, and Elric was different, definitely. He was the mirror or some of something we used to feel as French teenagers, seeking for truth and answers and role models, maybe.
I think that is very well said, mate, and I couldn't agree more. And I think you've used that relationship, that personal relationship with Elric, to produce this great series. And we're talking about Volume 4, Elric The Dreaming City, which is available for order from the links attached to our conversation. And Julien, it's been such a pleasure meeting you and chatting to you about this immortal character on more than one level, the Eternal Warrior, the Eternal Champion. And I'm so pleased that you guys got the chance to produce this great piece of work.
Thanks again for that, for the invitation, for the kindness. We are actually glad as well to start over with a new journey of 4 volumes to conclude the whole Elric saga. So we are expecting the best, and we hope we like it.
Fantastic. I can't wait. I can't wait, mate. It's lovely to meet you, Julien. Thank you very much for joining me today.
That was actually great. Thanks for the opportunity and the open mic. I know we will have the opportunity to meet again, to share ideas and project again. So thanks for this moment, and looking forward to meeting you again soon, Andrew.
If you're enjoying watching Forbidden Planet TV and you're enjoying watching us talk to the world's most interesting and accomplished filmmakers, authors, artists, musicians, creators, subscribe right here. See you soon.